Hello. I'm back again with an old channel favorite, the unboxing ritual. Uh, Having been indigent and, nearly homeless for the last year and seriously disabled, um, I have not made purchases um, for the Covert Permanent Blu-ray library. Um, Had a few donations, and that was nice. But generally, it's been a blue-free year. So that and the fact that I'm now doing Deep Images, which is the group film discussion podcast. You should check it out. And I hope you'll subscribe to this channel while you're at it. And drop a like on this video. Drop a like on all of the Deep Images videos. We are heading towards 500 subscribers. We want to get there as soon as possible for the channel, which will also benefit the show. I don't do many videos outside of Deep Images any longer. Occasionally I'll do one, and invariably it's sort of an update on how things are going in my life, but also, mostly with the show. Um, so I decided I would do a retro episode of my previous show. Henry Covert's Blue Review reached 189 episodes. The 189th was the huge announcement that Deep Images was coming. I had a few more ideas, but really creating Deep Images became a bit overwhelming, so I just kind of let it go. And I don't plan on pursuing Blue Review much further. I mean, it would be nice to just have 200 episodes in the can, so to speak. Uh, but this will be the 190th, so let's tie it off at a pretty good number. Um, so what has happened is I was forced to sell my house, and between a combination of patrons helping me, people helping me survive, really helping me keep the channel going and the Deep Images show going, especially my producers, Kaylin Ireland, Dwayne Cochran, and Tim Tolbert, who literally chipped in to keep the unlimited Zoom um, abilities that I had so we could record and create the episodes. And when I sold my house, I paid to upgrade my video editor after a long last, at long last. Um, and next month, well, July, if all goes well, I'm going to reward myself for my birthday with a new laptop, which I desperately need. This is it's been a beautiful, wonderful top of the line laptop from 2017, but it's going on fumes and nearing its demise. But it's been a good boy, and still got a few more episodes left in it. Um, but anyway, the confluence of these things led to me deciding that I was going to try to purchase some items for the July 1/2 off Criterion sale through Barnes & Noble that I used to do once a year or occasionally twice a year when I was more solvent. I have not participated in one of these in 2 years. I was part of I took part in a massive Arrow and Kino Lorber sales early 2023. And unfortunately, right after that, I had my tragic accident at my workplace, which pretty much ruined my whole life and destroyed my quality of life for most of the ensuing year. Um, so I am living in a new place now. I'm trying to keep it neat and clean. I was living in just a hoarder's nightmare because I was handicapped and uh, indigent and about to lose my house. They were foreclosing on me. I don't know if I've alluded to all these woes in another recent update video, But let me cut to the chase. So I was going to purchase some items on the half off Criterion sale in July. So when I received my most recent, my first long-term disability check, after all this nightmare I've been through of not being able to work, I decided to go ahead and see if I could actually purchase some of the items I wanted to purchase at one half off in July for even less than one half off on eBay, and save more money, and then just not spend the money in July, just buy a new laptop, which I need obviously to do what I do. So with the help of some friends and some patronage and some shrewd budgeting and kind of knowing my way around eBay, even though it hasn't been very kind to me as far as from a seller point of view, but from a buyer point of view, I was able to find some amazing, insane auctions, and it was kind of a do or die thing. So along the way, I filled a few holes in my library for various reasons, and I also culled a few things from my library that I'm going to sell on eBay. My eBay store is temporarily on hold, on pause, until the end of June, and then I'm reorganizing, and I'm going to try one more valiant effort to make it profitable again as it used to be, but it has not been profitable for a very long time. It's actually been a liability to me financially. It's not as big a liability to me now because it's not, billing me for these hidden fees that they continue to add, which continue to accrue while I was already in the negative in my bank account. So it pushed me into the hundreds of dollars into my bank account. And if I made a sale, I wouldn't have enough money to mail it. I'd mail it late. I'd get bad reviews, which would impact my channel. My store. And invariably it was just recouping a little bit of the negatives. I couldn't get back into the positive until I closed on my house. But I still had to buy a new house, so I paid cash for this house because my credit is, not to speak of. So I do own a house, and I paid a lot of upfront fees and some repair fees, and basically tried to pay as much upfront as possible so that I could avoid or forestall the inevitable problems that happened to me in my last home. So enough of my personal woes. Let's dive into what I was able to obtain for extremely inexpensive prices, and this will be my last planning this to be my last blue indulgence for a while, but I wanted to share it with you guys because one more time for the good old days. So I've already slit open these and I kind of know what's in them, but I haven't fully unpacked all of them or unshrink wrapped them. So some of this will be a discovery process that we'll be going through together. I'm going to start with one of the easier ones, though, that I was able to just slit down the side. This is a film by the Dardennes brothers. This is called, do you like my new studio setup? The lighting is so much better. Rosetta, starring the exquisite Émilie Decan. And this was used like new, and half off at the Criterion sale would have made it $20 plus postage. I was able to obtain this for $15 including postage. So already onto something. This is a really great movie. I had not upgraded it from the DVD I sold some time back. Once again, Rosetta, highly recommend it. I'm not going to go into the stories about these movies or anything, but I might compliment you on the quality and such. This is one that I had on, I had it on VHS. I think I had the Redemption, a bootleg of the Redemption PAL version years ago, and then I did have the DVD. Both of those are long gone. Just going to slit the side and make this a little bit easier. This one is called, this is brand new, it's called In the Folds of the Flesh. It is a trip. This is by Mr. Bergonzelli. It was kind of like along the lines of Renato Pasolini. Just kind of like anything goes, total havoc and chaos, insanity, lunacy, psychosexual deprivation. Sergio Bergonzelli, 1971. This was a Mondo Macabro Blu-ray. They put out a lot of great stuff. Haven't seen this one since well before I sold my DVD. It's nice to have it again. I got this in an auction. I'm pretty sure I got it for about $12. It was just kind of leering at me, as its kind of material does. It kind of leers at you. And I couldn't really resist its dubious charms. So, another upgrade. So, that's good. Here is a massive upgrade. I was pondering buying this for a long time. I've wanted to buy this for a very long time. And you know what? They sent me the wrong thing. I am very upset. I guess I will have to sell this. I was trying to get the Blu-ray of this movie, and this is the DVD. So I won't even go into that. That's just good old eBay. You just never know what you're going to get, right? Maybe I selected the wrong box. I don't know. I had the DVD of this movie. So another one maybe I will have to get for the half off sale. Oh well, that goes on into the eBay store when I reopen it. What else do we have here? This item is something I purchased. It was very inexpensive, and I kind of impulsively decided to grab it because I was preparing to interview the filmmakers, which we did last Friday, and that interview will air very soon. This is an Addams Family production / Wonder Wheel production, and these headphones, I love them. They sound great, but they constantly fall out of my ears. I'm gonna get a microphone soon, hopefully. My producer Dwayne Cochran has put me on a pretty inexpensive and nice, just kind of one you can just sit here and speak into. Another upgrade for the channel and for the podcast. So this is beautiful. Is this sealed or like new? It's like new. Good God. So this is The Deeper You Dig, an Addams Family film, a Wonder Wheel production, and is put out by Arrow on Blu-ray. Beautiful slipcover, and I understand this is just an extremely in-depth edition. The graphic on the cover is some of the rarer graphics of the ones I've seen online for alternate posters and promotional materials, but God, I think it's my favorite one. So there is Zelda Adams, and she plays the ill-fated Echo Allen. And this is Toby Poser, who plays the amazing Ivy Allen, who is a occultist who's kind of lost her way into the world of, commerciality, just doing tarot readings and faking seances. But when her daughter dies, is missing, and she knows she's dead, but she doesn't know where she is or what's become of her. She starts dabbling into the deep stuff again in order to make contact with her, and the girl's killer, played by Zelda's father and Toby's husband, John Adams, a wonderful man, is kind of being eaten away by guilt, though still trying to it's like in a part of him, it's almost like trying to get caught, but the other part of him is, still trying to justify what he did. Um, Deeper You Dig, you can see it on Tubi for free. Uh, Arrow. It was originally a dark, it's affiliated with Dark Sky Video, which had put out some new productions, but I first encountered them in putting out some really nice, a nice DVD edition of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original, some years back, but also a beautiful Blu-ray edition of Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer that I own. So I have been informed that this is loaded with extras, and after perusing many interviews with the Adamses in preparation for our interview and learning a great deal about them, I'm still excited to see the interviews on here. There is a handwritten note in here, but there's nothing on it. So perhaps it's just a buffer for the discs. I thought it was going to be some mystical, sign or portent here. So this one has a lot more to dig into, and it's kind of exciting here. So bear with me, if you don't mind. Has a little Arrow Video postcard. They released David Lynch's Dune, coincide with the Denis Villeneuve remakes, or Denis Villeneuve as he's known in America. Now there's a nice little booklet here, and apparently it folds out. Well, actually this I think might be a poster. Might not even be a booklet. It is. It's a big poster. Yes, with both graphics that were on the cover. So that's very nice. And then here's a booklet with the main graphic and the one that I preferred, the alternative. And here's the great Toby Poser as Ivy Allen. One of my favorite shots of her and from any of their films. This is an amazing movie. It really is, and it really was an omen, pun intended, for what was to come with the masterpiece Hellbender and the brilliant recent work Where the Devil Roams. And we talk about all of these in depth on the interview, so please stay tuned, man. It's going to be our best show yet, our first official interview. And we didn't interview Zelda, but we interviewed John and Toby, and they were amazing and gracious, and it was a wonderful time. I was bolstered by my producer Dwayne Cochran, my co-producer Kaylin Ireland, and our panel moderator Keith Howell, all co-hosts and linchpins of the show. Here's kind of one of the tragic pictures where Ivy's trying to do the, have you seen me? Have you seen this girl? Kind of thing. And then here's where she's in her mind, perhaps, I guess, doing a reading on herself. And she's playing the incarnation of her that prior to the daughter's disappearance was kind of scamming these desperate widows for contact with their departed spouses. So she's playing that kind of character. But then she's also playing herself dressed as a clown, being the foolish victim of herself, desperately trying to find the answers to find her daughter and begging for help and being mocked by the woman who's getting over on her, which is herself. And in order to break out of this cycle, she finally goes deeply into the real occult again. And so she begins getting actual messages from the deceased Echo Allen. Still doesn't have a lot of power to find her, but things start to come through, and I think her effort in pulling Echo is helping Echo push, because Echo probably has some kind of latent magic within herself and also is a unavenged spirit. Um, and so she does come to her and present herself to her in most unexpected ways. She's kind of literally right under Ivy's nose, but there is a joyful, if highly unconventional reunion. It's a very heavy movie, so I was very pleased with that. Packaging rocks. Here's the Deeper You Dig movie, and here is The Hatred. This one is an hour-long film that's not part of the Wonder Wheel Productions oeuvre, so to speak, but was directed by John Adams under the name John Law and written by him, and also did the music, and starring Zelda Adams. Toby did help with the camera work, and Lulu Adams, has their other daughter, has a supporting role. It's a period piece. I would file it under the historical horror that I was really digging in the 2000s, on a smaller scale, but I still think it was highly evocative. Movies like Ravenous and Brotherhood of the Wolf and Ginger Snaps Back the Beginning. I love that stuff. And this being filmed up in the snow and taking place, after the Civil War, and it has this kind of revenge from beyond the grave thing. And John looks cool, and Zelda just looks amazing with her incredible hat. And I told them when I was interviewing that I was when I was interviewing them, I said, yeah, I'm trying to evoke this darkness look with my hat. It's my customary hat I wear on the show. And he said, yeah, you look great, man. That really felt nice. But yeah, it was a lot like the hat that Zelda wears. I think there might be a little bit of more wonderful graphics behind these discs. I'm not sure. It's the posters again, so yeah. And this is a limited edition. Exhaustive 2 discs with both movies, reversible sleeve art, fold-out poster, high-def Blu-ray. At Home with the Addams Family, an exclusive in-depth interview with a trio of filmmakers responsible for The Deeper You Dig. It's In the Blood, the family in the horror genre, an exclusive visual essay by critic Anton Beitel, talking about family themes. Special effects breakdowns with commentary by Trey Lindsay, who is their just brilliant makeup and effects savant who works on their films. Audio commentary by Toby Poser and John Adams. That should be fun. Just talking with them and hearing them talk. It's hard. I'm hard pressed to find two people mining this kind of territory right now in the genre community and film at this level of, total independence as far as production and distribution. And yet, who would dare call me now? But I don't know where my phone is buried under all this. I tell you, the nerve of some people to call when I'm recording an episode. I mean, what is wrong with humanity? What's this planet coming to? We're spinning off it's spinning off its axis into oblivion. Okay, so I was basically saying that there's no one else quite mining this territory as the Addams Family, and with this level of quality of material and artistry at this a smaller level of production and distribution, but who are so accessible and engaging to fans and journalists, and they're a class act, one of a million. So I hope you guys are watching this, and I'm not making you blush too much. So here's an interesting curiosity that I found out was on its way out. I found a discounted, unopened one. I've never ordered from this manufacturer before. I wasn't that familiar. I'm going to go ahead and slice this so I can get through this, but it was shrink wrapped. It was unopened, brand new. This one, I admit, did cost me about $30, and but it was so rare, and it is out of print. I think I said it was going out of print. It is out of print, and it's on a niche label. And even though it's in, the archives of a big studio, I don't think Paramount's ever going to put it out on Blu-ray at this rate. It's an old classic. My mom saw it in the theater. Both my parents saw it in the theater, not together. They didn't know each other then. When it first came out, I bought the paperback novel, like a vintage one from 1959. The film came out, I believe, 59 or 60, and it's one of my favorite romantic films, and really groundbreaking for its subject matter and its luminous star, Nancy Kwan, and features one of my all-time favorite actors of his generation, William Holden. I love him in Network, The Wild Bunch, Breezy. We could keep going, but this is also one of my favorites. Oh, Sunset Boulevard. So this is The World of Susie Wong. So this is on a label called Imprint, and it was licensed from Paramount, and it's administered by another label called Via Vision. This is a limited edition 2-disc set. Includes the 2008 feature documentary Hollywood Chinese. So this has a nice, interesting looking little box here. With and it has kind of a card that's really not stuck to it, but that kind of tells you what you're getting. You're getting The World of Susie Wong from 1960. A struggling down on his luck American artist, William Holden, meets a beautiful Chinese prostitute, Nancy Kwan, who captures his heart and becomes his model. Friendship deepens to love, but complications threaten their future together. That always happens, and especially in 1960 with interracial romances, and even sometimes today with interracial romances. Special features, high definition transfer audio commentary by some scribes I'm not familiar with. The Fashion of Susie Wong featurette, To Whom It May Concern, Caution's Journey. It's a documentary on the life of Nancy Kwan. I guess Caution is one of her birth names. Theatrical trailer, photo gallery. It's a very beautiful, one of the beautiful poster paintings in a very kind of impressionistic style. They're slightly similar to some of the covers of the dime novels, such as the one I have. Hollywood Chinese is also on it. This is a 2008 documentary. It says a captivating portrait of filmmakers and iconic images for a high-spirited look at how the Chinese have been imagined in the movies. It could be kind of a depressing. From silent classics to contemporary blockbusters. The Chinese cinema is vibrant and brilliant, and there have been great films, but Hollywood, is still trying to let go of its Asiaphobia. Special features on this one: Nancy Kwan on The World of Susie Wong, and trailers. So this box set has, and I think this is probably the same artist that I mentioned. It's a very beautiful oil painting of Susie. This is one of the movie posters. I think this is a photograph that was colorized or tinkered with back then, and I don't know if these drawings or any of this other stuff were done by any of the same artists, but the graphic design on this package is just beautiful. Look at these little pointy things you can stick in the box. Discs themselves, really nice sturdy box. Discs themselves, Hollywood Chinese, we just talked about that, and The World of Susie Wong. gorgeous painting. You can see it a lot better now. It's stunning. Um, I'm really excited to have this back in my collection. I sold the DVD some time ago. I love the movie. I love the novel. Nancy Kwan is great in Flower Drum Song. Nancy Kwan was great in, oh man, I'm trying to think of who directed the film that she's in with Robert Forster. I don't think it was William Lustig, but Lustig had something to do with it. It was that same period that Lustig and Forster did Vigilante around 1980. Oh, it's called, I can't think of it. Walking the Edge. And his main character is called Jason Walk, played by Robert Forster. Nancy Kwan is his co-star, and the great A. Martinez also appears, and of course Joe Spinell. Joe Spinell's really nasty in that one. Not that that's like unusual for him, but see, look how that fits, like little teeth here. So, you are the first man I ever loved, and the world has only just begun. So far I'm batting 1,000 with these four, despite the thing they mistakenly sent me. So now let's get into some of the bigger stuff. Well, we're going sideways. The bigger stuff comes last. Sorry about these headphones. They're just, I keep knocking them out. Okay. So another label that I wasn't that familiar with, though I've read about it, and I've been, a little sketchy about checking them out. It's called, forgot what they're called. Indicator. So they're kind of a UK, I believe, based label. And a lot of the UK based labels like Indicator and 88 Films and such, I don't really mess with. I have a region free Blu-ray player, but it's a lot. It's really a pain to reprogram it. It was kind of refurbished, jury-rigged. So it's great for just slipping in any region DVDs, but Blu-rays you have to do a little more finagling. So I still try to, wait for the North American, and sometimes that's, could be forever. North American Blu-ray. I even did a show on this channel called Extreme Forgotten about movies that still aren't on North American Blu-ray. But anyway, Indicator. Oh, there's some things flying out of here. Indicator did a little series of Jean Rollin films, the French surrealist vampire maestro. Look at this beautiful art by Philippe Drouillet, underground and surrealist fantasy illustrator from the heyday, 60s, 70s. He did a lot of Rollin's paintings, poster paintings. This is Shiver of the Vampires, Le Frisson de Vampire. And this was my first Rollin, and it's still my favorite. I don't know if it's just nostalgia or fondness, but really dig it. This is a handsome edition. So here you have the poster with the same Drouillet artwork. Diabolical Ceremonies. What would the world be without that? This is a limited special edition. Renew 4K restoration, French and English tracks, audio commentary Jean Rollin, audio commentary with author Jeremy Ritchie, various vignettes and documentaries and featurettes. Quite a few, and some discussions and interviews, trailers, image galleries. That's pretty cool. New and improved English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Exclusive 80-page limited edition book with all kinds of goodies, which is this thing, which has one of the main characters, a very striking actress. I can't remember her name right off the top of my head. Wow, this is a heavy-duty little tome here. Jean in the wild with one of the other gorgeous actresses. I believe this actress also appeared in some of his movies, like oh gosh, Sidewalks of Bangkok or whatever. She's an Asian actress. Priceless photos in here, mostly black and white, but yeah, there's that same actress again. Some other classic stills. You know, it's about a bunch of decadent vampires who live in this giant tower, and you know, they victimize people, and they kind of philosophize along the way, and it's very mood heavy, gorgeous prog rock, kind of prog rock, moody prog rock score by a long defunct band called Acanthus. This is a really special edition, though, apparently, because I think it's like, yes, Shiver of the Vampires. Here we go. So this is region free, so I can watch it. That's exciting. Limited edition of 2,771 out of 4,000. So I almost got in the top 50%. I got in the top 60%. So this is amazing. I'm so excited about this. I'm running out of space to put these items. Now, this is the same dealer had this one very cheap. I think it was like $14. A like new copy of another Rollin movie, my second favorite Rollin movie, the Redemption Blu-ray of Night of the Hunted with the lovely Bridget LaHaye. This is just another lovely, strange, surreal film of his. Not vampires and not undead. It's more of very much of its time, kind of a J.G. Ballardish kind of story. It's kind of evocative of this kind of urban dystopia, kind of frenzy, like in Romero's Crazies or Cronenberg's Rabid. You know, Ballard's novel High Rise would not be, you know, incompatible with this. It just has a little booklet with a few nice pictures, and you know, a handful of extras, some interviews, some deleted scenes, and yes, a very bizarre story, very austere, very 70s. Kind of borderline science fiction, new wave science fiction. Another winner. So we're batting 1,000 here. I've got 6 classics. So those are, for the most part, my individual films. And of these, the Rosetta was the one that I kind of managed to get a sweet deal on compared to the upcoming Criterion sale. So let me deposit these down here. Okay, so now we're kind of going to bring out like the big guns, so to speak. And these are Criterion. So I got these. The deals were amazing, just startling. So slash this open already and slice the box. And our item tumbled right out, but is intact. It's very heavy. I mean, it weighs a lot. But it's some heavy cinema too, man. This is, I would say, in slipcase looks to be in very good plus condition. Supposedly everything inside is like new. This was an auction. This is an item that costs $250 retail through Criterion. So if I bought it at the half off sale, it would be $125 plus postage. Well, I hung in there, and I was going to try to go as low as possible. The guy started really low. Had some competition, but I received this for $90. So I saved about $35 to $40 off of what I would spend in July. All told, I saved $160. So This is my favorite Italian director. It's this guy named Pasolini, Pier Paolo Pasolini. And this is called Pasolini 101, 9 films. And same bag. And it looks very literary here on your shelf, like a giant tome, as it should, because he was a novelist, a poet. He was many things. This is a very beautiful, it's the first time I've ever beheld this. I've seen kind of low-res pictures of this, but this is amazing. So this is like a revelation. Oh my God. The graphic design is incredible. Cutting edge, as you'd expect of Pasolini. I like the way they use a lot of muted and earth colors and earth tones because of the way his films are shot with this very kind of post-neorealist, naturalistic grit to them. A lot of filming in like deserts and ruins of ancient Italian buildings. And it kind of keeps that kind of look throughout. This has a book, I think. Is this a book? I don't know. Maybe it's just another larger DVD, Blu-ray. What is this? It's a book. But it's kind of like, I don't know how you detach. Oh, it comes out of here. So here's the booklet. So this is Pasolini 101. And it covers all of the movies. It even has this own little postcard slip about the movies. So I won't spend a lot of time on this. We have not covered Pasolini tremendously on the channel. In the early days of the channel, I did review the Teorema Criterion Blu-ray when it first came out. So I own that, but I'm going to sell it now because it's in here. No need for an extra. As far as deep images, the only Pasolini, we did intend to speak a great deal about Pasolini on our Italian cinema special, but we ran out of time. So as with several of our more interesting topics we've had the last 6 months, we are going to do a sequel, Italian Cinema 2 and probably 3, and we're going to just keep adding them to the same playlists. So they'll be very comprehensive playlists. We're doing nowadays we're doing 2-session takes on things. So back then we were only doing 1 session. So but there's just so much to cover. So like Japanese cinema we'll be doing again, and Italian cinema we'll be doing again, and some others. Some of the ones we've already done 2 sessions on, like Black Cinema and which is running right now, and alternative science fiction. We're going to do 3 and 4 sessions on them. So those will be very long playlists, and between all of our talented panelists, it's going to cover a huge, kind of a wide swath of works within that topic. So just real quick, the films enclosed are Acatone, Mama Roma, Love Meetings, The Gospel of St. Matthew, Hawks and Sparrows, Oedipus Rex, Teorema, Porcile, and Medea. This is some heavy stuff. I'm so excited about this. I'm waiting years for Criterion to do this. I mean, they did Salo quite a while back, and that's a beautiful edition I have too. And when they did Teorema, I was very excited, but I'm talking about on Blu-ray. They had done some others on DVD, but I used to have the Mama Roma. I still have the Mama Roma DVD. Unfortunately, the packaging is just about destroyed, so I can't sell it on eBay, but I've had various DVD editions of all these movies at one time or another. Some I've already sold, some I'm in the process of selling. I think Acatone I've never owned my own copy of. That might be the only one though. But this is amazing. Viva Pasolini. So here is not the most expensive item And of course, big is subjective because that's 9 films. This, I think, is 7 or 8. This is my second favorite filmmaker after David Lynch. And he's been called the most romantic filmmaker on earth. I have reviewed some of his stuff on Blue Review. I don't think I've reviewed any of his movies on Deep Images yet. I have mentioned him quite a lot, though. I could be wrong about that, but anyway. This is a used, like, new set. I've been wanting this since it came out, which was like 3 years ago. But, you know, my fortunes have been really, yeah, not very good. So, anyway, this one still has the slip thing taped to it, or squeegeed to it with these little squishy stuff. And so the guy who sent this to me was very cool. He obviously took very good condition of it. I'm going to try to open the inside as best as I can without screwing anything up. But this is called The World of Wong Kar-wai. This is going to be the last thing I'm covering today. And again, you know, a holy grail for me, World of Wong Kar-wai. So this is the films. As Tears Go By, 1988, the only Wong Kar-wai film I've never seen. His first one, apparently. Days of Being Wild, Chungking Express, Fallen Angels, all of which I have or I'm selling my copies of. Happy Together, I've never owned, but I've seen it a few times. In the Mood for Love, I sold the old Criterion, or no, I guess I have the Criterion Blu-ray of that. So I'll be selling that too, since I have it in here. 2046, never been on Blu-ray. Has sold the DVD. It is my #1 favorite film of all time, like ever. So, and you know, for the pedantists in the audience, or just trivia freaks like me, Days of Being Wild, In the Mood for Love, and 2046 form a loose trilogy that touches on some of the same characters, particularly the writer Cha Moo-wan and 1960s Hong Kong, and his kind of evolution as a person, a writer, and throughout his various romantic travails. It spoke to me on many levels. Wong Kar-wai and his alter ego Tony Leung are both, like myself, diminutive cancer moon children writers, and the character Cha Moo-wan writes pulp and science fiction stories, as do I, and you know, like myself, loves women and has had quite a number of affairs, mostly tragic, some very passionate, some very nice, but definitely run the gamut. And you know, cancers we love pretty deeply. So when people say that Wong Kar-wai is the world's most romantic filmmaker, they ain't kidding. So let's see if I can open this and try to figure out. I don't know that I can open this easily because I'll have to peel off this little peely thing that he put back on here, or maybe has always. The only difference between it and a brand new is that it has no shrink wrap. But so yeah, there's no slide sideways like slidey thing here. I wonder if there's one from the top. Kind of, sort of. If I can't achieve this, then I shan't persist. But if I can without ruining anything, I'll give it a go here. Oh, okay, right, because there's a flap here. So, okay, so I didn't know what this image was, just seeing this part, but now I kind of see what it is. So hopefully with minimum fuss and damage, I can slide out the contents real quick and then wrap this thing up here. So probably has an enormous booklet, right? This is this just the booklet, or does this have the Blu-rays in it? Goodness gracious. Oh my God. This is insane. Okay. So this is like his films themselves, which are flawlessly shot, usually by the great Christopher Doyle. This is very lush, very ethereal. You know, Lush is one of my favorite bands. They are shoegaze, ethereal music, like the Cocteau Twins. And I think of the Cocteau Twins a lot when I think of Wong Kar-wai and this kind of stuff. But yeah, this is a big booklet, and it's illustrated. It's just, you know, kind of looks to basically be probably some text, but really a lot of pictures. Yeah, some text, probably reviews or essays on all the movies, but a lot of rare illustrations, stills, all that kind of stuff. So that's a neat booklet. It has a nice texture to it. It's like a really fancy, like Taschen photo book. So don't know where to start with this one, but don't know quite how it folds and unfolds. I don't think I've quite got the hang of it, though. I will say that. Yeah, you know when you open them and you can't like seem to fit them back together right? Ah, okay. WKW, Wong Kar-wai. And here's Mr. Leung as Chow Wan. This is a hardbound, like a book cover. And then within this, there's fold outs, the table of contents, the films, As Tears Go By, the Blu-ray, Days of Being Wild, the Blu-ray. Some of these are slightly untucked. Sometimes this stuff is very hard to get out when they're in these sideways slip things. So I'm not going to fuss with them too much right now. Chungking Express, fantastic film. We go this way, we go into Fallen Angels, another classic. Happy Together, more great Tony Leung in a very tempestuous homosexual relationship. His partner is played by Leslie Cheung, the late Leslie Cheung, who also was gay in real life. And then when we start to go this way, we've got In the Mood for Love, the great classic, and the sublime 2046. So this is a great shot of Fei Wong as the android. In the story, Chow Wan is writing that he based on the woman he loves, played by Fei Wong, who is helping him write his stories. So can relate, man. So this is some great stuff. Brilliant. I'm so happy. This marks a lot off my Blu-ray bucket list after a long time. So thank you for watching. We'll be back with Deep Images. In a couple of days, I'll be posting another installment of Black Cinema. We're headed toward our very special 100th episode. So episode 94 just dropped. It's got Sweet Sweetback's Badass song and The Harder They Come. Please like, please subscribe, and thank you so much, everybody. And